We're here with head coach Todd Dagenais. Coach, you had a very successful weekend last weekend. Went up, played in a couple gyms you've never played in before at Rutgers and at UConn, and came away with a pair of big victories. Just talk about that weekend and what you think that accomplished for your team.
Well, anytime you can get 2 road wins, I think that's really important, especially in a conference where road wins sometimes are harder to come by. It's always going to be that way. Road wins are tough, especially the Sunday road win. And so to go into UConn on Sunday at their place and be able to take care of business up there to go 2-0 on the weekend was really important for us and for our goals as we go forward in the conference.
You guys have traveled a lot recently. I believe you've been on the road 3 of the last 4 weekends in the last 30 calendar 30 calendar days. You've been on the road 3 times. It kind of lightens up a little bit. You have back-to-back weekends at home. Really get 2 weeks where you don't have to do any travel. You can get a lot of practice in. Just talk about that and how it's going to help you prepare for Louisville and Cincinnati this weekend and the next weekend.
Well, I don't know what the schedule makers had against us, but I think we probably had one of the more challenging schedules. But again, we've handled that well, and it's part of our maturation process, I think, as a team, handling that kind of adversity and handling the business on the road. So now what that does is that sets us up to have 4 of our last 6 at home, and hopefully gives us an opportunity to try to close the season strong and put ourselves in position to maybe sneak an NCAA at-large bid if we can't win the conference outright.
First opponent this weekend is Louisville. Obviously, they have a very good team. They are number 1 in the conference right now. When we went up there and played them pretty tough. They pulled away late, but definitely not a team that's unbeatable. And then on Sunday you have Cincinnati, and then so we'll just have to see. Talk about both of those opponents. Maybe start with Louisville, move on to Cincinnati, and just talk about what you expect out of those 2 teams this weekend.
Sure. Well, I don't think any team in the country is unbeatable. Louisville is no different from Penn State or Stanford or anybody else, but they are very good and they're very experienced. They have graduate students who are playing some real critical roles for them. So they have a ton of volleyball IQ and composure, not to mention an unbelievable coaching staff that puts them in the right position to win. As I said before, there's no doubting that Louisville is the gold standard in the league right now in terms of their ability to play, in terms of their program overall, in terms of their athletes. And so, beating them is an uphill challenge for anybody in the conference because, frankly, I'm not sure that the rest of us have. We all have the athletic ability, but I'm not sure that we have the experience or the horses. I mean, those players have been a top 10 team. They have experienced what it's like to be a top 10 program, and that's something that you get by earning. You don't just get that. And so they've had players that have played in some really big NCAA tournament level matches. And we just have to overcome that by executing better than they do. And really, as we run the numbers, and what separates us from Louisville is that they're extremely low air in situations where they don't have an advantage. What I mean by that is that both teams roughly pass the same. I think that both teams struggle at times in serve receive, but the difference is Louisville has an unbelievable kill percentage off of those what we call 2 passes or medium passes, and that's their experience. They are just so low air that if you have any kind of an air day, that's where they catch you. And so we have to go in and we have to match their low air. We're going to have to be under about 10 or 11% air. We have to keep them right where they're at and, just see if we can't try to outshoot them that way. But, for sure this is going to be a game of serve and pass, which they always are, and then how you defend your opponents when they're not in an ideal situation. What makes Louisville exceptionally good right now is that they're handling the off-ball plays and the out-of-system plays better than anybody else in the conference. That's why they're 10-0, and that's why they're only a couple matches away from clinching the automatic berth.
So on Sunday, you wrap up the first of 2 home weekends in a row with Cincinnati. Young team, we played up there, but certainly a team that plays hard and scraps. What do you expect to get out of them on Sunday?
Well, it's the team exactly what I thought would happen is, they were young at first, and each week they get a little bit better. They put themselves closer and closer, being in position to win. They got to win. It's a team that continues to get better as they gel. Anytime you take that many new players and put them on the floor together, it's going to take almost a year to gel. And so that's where they are right now. They're at the end of the season. We know, we've been there. We've been in that situation where we had a brand new team on the floor, and this is about the time of the year that we started to gel. So Coach Alvey has done a great job of keeping them together, of fighting and teaching, and I know that she's probably still in there teaching right now, and they will be a much better team this go around than what we played last time around. And so we got to just take care of business against Louisville first, then get the preparation for Cincinnati, and try and find a way to put our best foot forward in both of these matches.
Well, Coach, good luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you again on Friday.
All right, thanks, Andy.